What's up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning back in to Chase Games here, and today we are continuing and finishing our my preview of the Talent Blossoming S-Rank units that are coming next month. Basically, it's been getting more and more hype with each unit, and I'm doing these back to back to back. I just did Metal Dragon a few minutes ago. I had to restart this video because I got a phone call, and that's easier than editing. So, I'm trying to recreate some of the hype, but believe me, I'm hyped because if you haven't figured it out from the title, the background screen, the thumbnail, first off, you might be kind of dumb. But second, we are looking at Dragon Lord. Yes, dun dun dun. It's a preview of the Dragon Lord Talent Bloom. Not that big, dumb, fat dragon, okay? It's Dragon Lord caster form. Now, I'm very excited about this, to talk about this, because he is my favorite character in the Dragon Quest series. I am not a day one player. I'm a day one player. My account is not day one because I had to re-roll for Dragon Lord. You know, yes, I could have. I've spent quite a bit of money in this game, but I realized even though I was willing to spend money on this game in the beginning, I knew what it might cost me to get him because I had to have him. I just went ahead and re-rolled, and I don't regret it one bit. Anywho, this guy, a lot of people weren't completely hyped on him because he wasn't really high on JP tier lists. Okay, well, we've learned that JP tier list is, while useful, is not 100%. This guy is still amazing right now. Right now in Global, he is amazing. There's not much that reaches or beats his single target damage potential. Yes, his Hellfire Blast can hit other things if they're in range, but when you're taking on a boss, he's usually sitting right there by himself. So usually his Hellfire Blast hitting one target, and all, you know, those 4 big hits combined, their damage is amazing. So let's go down. Let's look at his stats. Yeah, evaluation 9.5. Okay. This guy is already amazing. When, like, why they talent blossomed him, I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, basically, he's the... Alright, Dread Dragon is... Screw that thing. That doesn't count as an S rank, even. I guess you could consider Killing Machine a banner unit, but, I mean, not really. This guy was basically the first banner unit in this game. The first real banner unit. And, I mean, he's still holding up. He doesn't have... I guess he doesn't have a characteristic... though they do seem to make up for that, but I mean, his damage is insane. Granted, yeah, he doesn't have great range, and you're generally only bringing him if there's a frizz weakness, but I mean, this guy, he's gonna mess things up, even if they're, as long as they're type neutral at least, he's gonna mess things up. Alright, so let's get down to the stats. HP, pretty low. Once again, a reminder that this is out of, when 62 is the amount of S ranks in Japan, so, you know, he's very near the bottom on HP, but he's a caster, no surprise there. MP, near the top. Doesn't really matter too much, but it is good. His abilities are expensive. MP is always relative. I don't care, you know, if he's got 10 MP, but his abilities all cost 1, that's, you know, it's a good MP pool. Anyway, attack, obviously way below average, but I don't know, he's not at the bottom, which is weird. I think he'd have lower. Defense, yeah, below average, near the bottom. Not a surprise. I mean, at least it's not, like, all the way on the bottom. But again, hopefully you're trying to defend this guy. But he does have, we'll call it some defense. He's got a defense, mechanism now. Agility, fairly slow. That's actually, I actually like that on casters, often. Yes, sometimes it will screw up your strategy. Remember, spells and breath damage. Just a quick lesson on damage types, okay? Spells don't miss. Breath doesn't miss. So you don't have to worry about agility. Agility will increase your chance to miss if it's too low. And that applies to martial and physical skills. Keep in mind, yeah, and then just going on with the damage lesson. Martial and physical can both wake things up. Spells and breath do not. So, there we are. And then wisdom. Again, I went over it before. He is such an old unit. You know, is for this game's age. It's only 8 months old at this point. Be closer to 9 when he comes, when his bloom comes. Anyway, he's in 8th place for wisdom. I don't know what that is on global. This is 8th place for JP with all their 62 units. So his wisdom is amazing. And again, I bring up the age of the unit. Even though he's not a general pool S rank, this guy has had return banners if you chased after him. Oh, I didn't... Sorry, I went over a lot of this stuff in another video, and I got a phone call. I restarted. In Japan, when this came, they brought his banner back, just him on it, okay? But he was guaranteed on the 10th stamp. Do you summon on that? I don't know. It depends. I mean, it's really... I would honestly say, if you really like the unit, go for it. Otherwise, you know, there's the Golden Week 14 million download celebration around the corner, the anniversary coming up in, you know, 3 to 4 months after this. On that hand, though, let's compare it to the Golden Week banner. All right, so that orb is going to have that stamp card is going to have iridescent orbs on it. That's a lot of value there. That's a lot of value. 20 iris, yes, those are farmable, but still, that's great. Okay, so obviously he's not coming with a special stamp card other than the guarantee on the 10th stamp. Again, that's not a guarantee for an S rank. It's guaranteed Dragon Lord on the 10th stamp. If we get that banner, it's not guaranteed. That is the kind of thing that they leave out of global sometimes. But, okay, let's go hypothetical here. All right, if you like the anniversary banners for guarantees, your guarantee on that, other than the items, which are a strong selling point, is 1 guaranteed S rank. All right, so that includes the general pool, but that'll be, for the Golden Week, that's 13 out of 39 of them will be the standard pool. So that's only a 1 in 3 chance, okay? There's also a lot of units that have come out that really aren't that good. Kirill, Elena, etc. They're useful. Yes, some people will be happy to get them, but Dragon Lord is so much better than so many of these units. So let's say you're comparing this to the Golden Week banner. Yeah, there's a lot more value and a lot more potential value on the Golden Week banner, but if we get the stamp card where he's guaranteed at the end, you have to remember that, all right, that Golden Week banner, if it's one or the other, okay, you could get, let's see, Killing Machine, Kirill. You know, that the 10th stamp on that anniversary guarantees you a boss or hero unit, which, hey, it could be Dragon Lord. But you could roll crap on the anniversary banner. So, yes, there's a lot less maximum potential value in the Dragon Lord guarantee banner if we get it. But the floor, the ceiling isn't as high, but the floor isn't nearly as low. So I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you. I really can't say whether it's good or not. All right, so let's look at his. Yeah, so that's the stats. The leader skill, 20% frizz spell power. Right now, other than, unless you're bringing B rank units, or sorry, A and Bs, etc., to do frizzle, the B rank ability, there's no other frizzle A rank abilities right now on global. When Maribel comes out, maybe this gets more value, but that's not to say that this leader skill isn't good. Okay, first of all, when you're trying to show off how big the Dragon Lord's wiener is, this is the best leader skill to do it, okay? It makes Hellfire Blast look even better. Second, if you're in a situation where maybe you don't need damage on other units, maybe you're doing a cover tank, a healer, poison, maybe he's there to deal with ads, maybe he's the bulk of damage on the boss, etc. Maybe your other damage dealers don't need a perk nearly as much as he does. Yeah, it's going to be a great leader skill. So you will find this to be an optimal leader skill in some stages. Okay. Let me see. So he's got Frizzle. It's good. I mean, he can do a little bit of damage all day long. Spoiler: he gets. I don't know if it's every round. He gets some MP regen, so he can literally cast this all day long. That could be relevant in some stage. Frizzle. This is relevant right now because this is a. First of all, it's a single hit, so I don't know if you need If you need to do a certain amount of damage with an attack, it probably isn't going to do enough, but it could, you know, could be runaway damage. But anyway, this will be a large hit. Right now it's relevant because it's range 3. Hellfire Blast is only range 2. So yeah, like right now, if you were to bring Dragonlord to Arena today, you need to have this leveled up even more so than Hellfire Blast, because this will be the only move you can use the first turn, really. And then this. This is now, granted, you know, so you're hitting one unit to, you know, range 2, and then the this pattern around him. So if there are other units next to it, it will randomly hit units in there. But in my experience, generally I'm hitting one unit with this. Okay, and it's 4 Frizz spells hits. They're all going to be the same strength. I don't know how to describe that damage. It's, I don't know, maybe like Frizzle. It is not capped, though, so it's not 4 Frizzle castings. There were people that thought it was in the beginning. No, this ability is not spell or wisdom capped, at least not yet. So, yeah, this is going to do... I've seen this do 1,600, like, I think maybe like 1,800 damage it did in my video. This does huge single target damage, unbuffed, other than, you know, except for his leader skill, you know, counting his leader skill in there. But, like, I mean, there's really no wisdom buffing right now. I mean, you could do it with the princess's coup de grace. I don't think there's other ways to raise wisdom right now to buff wisdom, but this move does amazing damage right now. Alright, now let's move on to his talent feat. First of all, until about almost literally 5 minutes ago, there was no Zam damage in this game. Now we have a Stark and, I don't know, Valencia, but, I mean, Valencia, maybe you don't want to orb her. You shouldn't have spent any gems on her. Please tell me you guys didn't spend gems on Valencia. She's going to be on the general banner in 4 months, okay? Anywho, he's getting a range 3 Zam spell that goes 5 tiles wide, okay? So a Stark's Underworld Slash, okay, it's that range, but range 3. So like a Crackle that goes 5 wide instead of 3. And you can also, when I say, you know, so he's still movement 2, this goes out range 3. Depending on the situation, if you got enemies off to a diagonal or something like that, this thing is going wide. So, you know, in the situations where Crackle, you couldn't hit something with, like, Kaboom, or whatever, Necro Boom or whatever, but you could hit it with Glacial Doom. Sorry, I know those are specific terms, but, you know, maybe you can't hit the unit right in front of you, but it's 3 squares ahead of you, 1 to the right. Well, now you can hit something 3 squares ahead of you and 2 to the right. So this is giving them incredible range. When you're talking about arena, maybe you've got 3 or 4 enemies lined up in the front row. That happens sometimes. Even if they're not weak to Zam, this can maybe not one-shot them, but they're not lasting through another hit after taking this. Even if they're resistant, this is going to do big-time damage. So, yeah, this might turn him into an arena unit. Granted, he's 65 points, but, I mean, you use this round 1, and then round 2, anything that's left standing, this kills. This kills anything. I forget what I've said in this recording. As long as they're not resistant to Frizz damage, and it's still going to do a good chunk if they are. And then he's got Zampiller in that situation, but anything that is at least type neutral to Frizz, Hellfire Blast is going to obliterate them. The damage on it is ridiculous. It will probably one-shot anything that isn't resistant to Hellfire. So he can use that round 2 and Dark Pillar round 1. Just insane. It's insane. And now he's another dual element type, so again, there's so many new arena options now, but I don't know if he's going to be optimal in arena, but he sure as hell is going to be an option. And now key talent traits. They gave him a few of these because he didn't have a characteristic before. Again, it depends on the unit. So he already had, did they list it? His first awakening ability is Frizz Spell Tricks. So increases their effect their potency, lowers their MP. That does not affect Zampiller. But alright, so key talents. The first one here, when your HP drops below 75%, Your HP will be greatly restored, and your wisdom will be greatly increased. Effect that can be activated only once during battle 3 turns. Alright, so I don't know if this means within the first 3 turns, after the first 3 turns, only once every 3 turns. I don't know, guys. It's English. But it's amazing. And I love that it's below 75% HP. You might think, like, oh, that's wasting a lot of HP if it's once only and it goes as soon as he goes beneath 75. I don't want him to take a 40% damage hit and then be stuck sitting there with only 60% HP left. If he takes a decent hit, I want him back to full, okay? I don't want him sitting there, on a unit like this with his HP, his defense, below 75 is very easily one-shottable by damn near any ability, almost. So, I love that. And the fact that it increases his wisdom, pretty rare that he's going to activate the... I mean, he's slow. Maybe something could advance quickly and do a bunch of damage to him. He'll take one strong hit. So he'll restore all of his HP. It's not a large heal. It is apparently all of his HP, I guess. I read that somewhere. And then he's going to get a wisdom buff. Did it say greatly increased? So a double wisdom increase on this unit, who's already insanely strong. So Zampillar's going to wipe whatever it touches. Hellfire Blast is going to destroy it. Maybe 2 units, possibly. Okay, and then he gains occasional MP recovery. Doesn't matter at all for Arena, but I've gone along with him in some PvE fights before, so this is nice. Like I said, he can literally cast Frizzle all day, but this is gonna let him get another cast or 2 off. Hellfire Blast, Kafrizzle, Dark Pillar now, whatever that's called. Spell tips. So I would imagine this. I don't know if this stacks. If this is going to make his Hellfire Blast stronger as well, but he will get spell tricks for his Zam spell. And then it looks like he gets HP plus 50 once, which is good. That's neat, especially with him having a heal like this. That's really good. So, yeah, he's going to have... I mean, he's got 2 elements now. Amazing range. He's got a versatility of range. I mean, yeah, don't follow... Don't put a damage spell, a B rank spell on this guy. That's such a waste. His wand is amazing. I got lucky with this one. I have full frizz potency on this weapon, and I doubt it's useful. I'm gonna have to do a test on him. Let's see. Yep, so his awakening helps his frizz damage a lot, obviously. Yeah, he's got low HP and defensive power. That's his thing. Let's look at his attributes. He is weak to Sizz and Crack. Alright, so you want to be careful of Zomas there. Sizz, yeah. Honestly, Halberdsaurus is the kind of unit where I do not think there's any way that Halberdsaurus could one-shot this guy. I'm not kidding here. I'm not just going because this is my favorite unit. Sizz weakness could actually be a huge blessing here, because picture this. Halberdsaurus is going to go before this guy. I'm almost certain. Yeah, he's going to go before him. Halberdsaurus is going to come down. He's going to see that the AI is going to see that Sizz weakness. Bam, come down. All right, Volcanic Flame. It's not going to one-shot him. It's never going to one-shot him. I don't think Breath can crit. Anyway, that activates his whatever his heal ability is called, and not only does he get healed, Mason, what's Chase? Whatever. Chase, what's the point of him using that ability? Don't forget, not only does it bring him back to full, it double buffs his wisdom. So now you are having... Now if Halberdsaurus comes down to hit him, okay, he's going to attack first round with a double wisdom buff. I think you guys have caught on. He's going to destroy more than one unit, most likely. More than one. The AI will have to be very spread out in the correct way to not hit. Because I don't believe that Dark Pillar attack, whatever that's going to be called on Global, the Zam attack, nothing has to be in the middle of that, I'm fairly certain. It's not like Kaboom. It's not like Bang type spells where you have to have the target in the center. If you've got 2 units 4 squares apart, it's going to hit both of them. So, yeah, and even Hellfire Blast, I don't know if it does overkill damage if like 2 blasts of the spell would kill something. I don't know if it automatically goes on to hit something else, but both of his Hellfire Blast and Zampiller are both more than likely to kill at least 2 units. So you got that. And then he's resistant to Whoosh. I mean, that's still, if White King is still relevant, that'll be good. Zap, good that he resists Bianca. Malroth. I don't know if Malroth will be in an arena unit, but not the most exciting resistances. But I don't know. Maybe I'm out of my mind, but I actually think that the Scissor resistance is a very good thing because Halberdsaurus is such a popular unit. I think that's really good. But alright, that's enough here. Wow, 20 minutes. God, I went way too long. Sorry, I was very hyped. It's a good thing I made these individual videos, guys. Alright, I will be back with more Blossoming Talent preview videos. For the next one, I'm going to include one possible unit, and then after that, I'm going to do one video for each rank. Okay? Alright, so I'll be back soon, guys. Have a good night.